possibility of energy rationing in Europe that will impact on global energy prices and output. A further decline in Chinese economic growth could slow global demand and add pressure to global supply chains, while the tightening of monetary policy could slow global output even further. These are significant risks in the global environment. In this context, small open economies like ours need to be especially careful and have solid fiscal buffers in place to weather the coming storms. Domestically, the robust pace of economic recovery in early 22 was derailed by floods in various parts of the economy, particularly KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape. Industrial action in key sectors and widespread power cuts. We now expect real GDP growth to be 1.9% in 2022, compared with an estimated 2.1% in February. Over the next 2 years, the economy is expected to grow at an average of 1.6%. This level of growth is too low to support our developmental goals. Accordingly, we must take action to put our economy on a higher growth trajectory. Our approach to growth is based on clear and stable macroeconomic framework, complemented by the implementation of structural reforms to improve competitiveness, industrial policy to boost manufacturing, and measures to strengthen the capacity of the state. Key elements of our macroeconomic sector are stable and flexible exchange rate, low and stable inflation, and sustainable fiscal policy. Since the budget in February, we have accelerated the implementation of structural reforms to address binding constraints on economic growth and support investment and job creation. Madam Speaker, the intensity of load shedding is having a disastrous effect on our economy. We have therefore focused on our efforts on reforms in the electricity sector. Several policies and regulatory changes aimed at creating a competitive energy market are also underway. These include the removal of the licensing threshold for embedded generation projects, where the pipeline has grown to 100 projects, representing over 9,000 megawatts of capacity. The Electricity Regulation Amendment Bill has been finalized. It provides for the establishment of an independent transmission and a systems operator, which will fundamentally transform the electricity sector, reducing South Africa's reliance on a simply monopoly utility and unlocking massive new private sector investment in generation capacity will contribute significantly to long-term energy security. Madam Speaker, there is a crisis in our logistics sector. Inefficiencies in port and rail are costing the economy billions and further undermine our efforts to raise growth. We welcome the end of the strike, a Transnet strike, and are working with Transnet leadership and all stakeholders to urgently address the challenges in the sector. Several steps are being taken to introduce greater competition and efficiency into ports and railway. The National Assembly has passed the economic regulation